Yo, I spawned in straight away, and I found a cold pig. That's so cool. Clearly the changes are working as intended. See, what sort of confused me in the last snapshot is the fact that the cold versions for some reason don't spawn in the tundra, but they do spawn in snowy but also regular taiga, and regular taiga is obviously warmer than snowy tundra. But there it is. It's the cold cow. It's like a Highland cow. It's got different horns. All the new cows have different horns. So this guy has got forward-facing horns. If we head over here, the normal cow's just got little stubby horns. Oh yeah, they might have to update sheep. That could be really cool. I'll go over that in a sec. Right, there's a warm pig. There it is! Yo, warm cow. It has really cool horns. It's like Texas Longhorn. So it does in fact have long horns. Although this doesn't really look like Texas, if you ask me. Either way, what seems to be becoming apparent with this update is that it's basically just the wild update. Like, they've pretty much just revived tons of stuff that they were going to do in the wild update. They added wild flowers to birch forests, and obviously, you've all seen the news, they brought back fireflies. They may only be 1 pixel, but it's better than nothing, it's better than 0 pixels. And the firefly bushes generate firefly ambience. I kind of wish there were a few more of them in the swamp. They're very sparse. It's cool though. Here's a few. So what with this basically just being the wild update, revived, like, died 2022, born 2025, welcome back, the wild update. This time actually wild and not just the mild update. I wanted to go over basically just my wish list for when I think this update will release and what sort of stuff that I think should be in this update. Editor me here, I forgot to say what I was predicting the release date to be. So I reckon, since the Pale Garden update was released about the end of September and released at the start of December, that's around about 3 months, give or take a week or so, and it was the winter drop. So I think this update was revealed in early January, and if you think about it, 3 months later, that's early April. The Minecraft movie is releasing on the 4th of April, so I reckon they'll want to do everything around about the same sort of time. So my prediction, maybe a bit optimistic, my prediction for the spring drop, as it's called, is, I think it's called that, I might be making things up, how it feels to spread misinformation. I reckon early April. First off, this is a big ask, and it's definitely not going to happen, but I think one of the things this game needs the most is a complete overhaul of trees. I've gone on about this before, about how much better the trees are in Realism Craft add-on, because they're sort of vanilla. They're reasonably vanilla, but also so much better than the vanilla ones. Like, they're not like these crazy kind of custom trees using levers and tall grass and like different sorts of leaves flying all over the place. They're not that. They still look vanilla, but they're so much better. So I think there should be an overhaul just of all trees to make them look a bit better. Obviously that includes the pale oak tree, which was the biggest disappointment of the last drop. They should totally overhaul that. Second off, obviously, more mob variants, because this is clearly the main thing that they're doing this update, is adding mob variants. So we need chicken variants, sheep variants. Like, maybe the cold sheep could be like a ram, with, you know, with the big curly horns, and super woolly. I'm not sure what the warm sheep would be, don't really know. But yeah, give the sheep horns, the same as the cow. It doesn't make much sense for all cows to have horns, but I guess it equally doesn't make sense for no cows to have horns. Chickens, I don't really know. I think there's a lot they could do with chickens. They seem to be going for the same theme, where the cold ones are like sort of tan coloured, kind of yellowy white tan, whereas the hot ones are orange. So yeah, just basically do the same with chickens, because you get both of those colours of chicken. Just have the hot ones be orange and the cold ones be tan. Update it so that the tundra contains the cold animals. I really don't know why it doesn't. Doesn't make any sense. I'm guessing because it's classified as a plains type biome, maybe. But it's still cold temperature. I'm really liking the direction they're going with all the new plants. They seem to have made bushes an actual thing, because if you think about it, we've got bushes now. We had berry bushes before, but in this update they added both firefly bushes and regular bushes. I reckon we'll be seeing more types of bushes. It's a windswept forest biome. By Jove it is. This is a pretty rare biome. It's windswept forest. It has oak trees and spruce trees, and it's like a taiga highland. It's sort of the taiga version of a meadow. Obviously more biomes. Again, might be too big of an ask, but that would be very nice if we got a few more biomes. I think we're kind of... Oh, there's a pale garden, cool. I think we're kind of good for trees right now. I'd say we're pretty good for wood types. More crops. That would be very much appreciated. I don't think we've got a new crop in ages. In 1.20, there's wildflowers, cool. In 1.20, like, look at this birch biome. It would really benefit from the trees being a lot taller. And obviously add fallen logs to Java Edition. They're already in Bedrock. Add them to Java. What was I saying? More crops. We got in 1.20 the torchflower and pitcher plants. Yeah, here's some bushes. So that was cool. But obviously they're just decorative, you can't eat them or anything. I think you can turn them into dye, but that's obviously a terrible idea because they're really hard to get. So yeah, more biomes, not necessarily new trees, but just an overhaul of existing trees. You put these guys at the top of a snowy mountain, and they're normal. Are you kidding me? What? What biome is this? Jagged peaks. And yet they're still normal. But this is a grove right here. If I go down to this, they're still normal. What? This doesn't make any sense. Long shot wish that definitely won't happen. Revert the savannah changes to bedrock. It happened like 3 years ago and I'm still salty over it. Revert that and make the Java savannas green. As in the shattered savannas. They're called windswept savannas now. Make them green. They took green savannas from us. I'll never forgive them. Oh, another thing they did in a prior snapshot is, there's the cold ones, they added sword blocking back. Not specifically sword blocking, they made it so that any tool could block. So I hope they just add sword blocking back into vanilla. Obviously you could get like a plugin or a data pack or whatever which makes it so that all swords can block. I just hope they add it into vanilla. What the hell is that?